welcome to another beautiful, um, should I say, episode or segment. Also, because today we're not doing anything really serious. So, welcome back to Cut TV, and I remain your very beautiful host, the host of the most. Oh my god, I remain your host, Julie Fresh. Welcome back to Cut TV. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to Cut TV. This is Cut TV. Hi! Good to have you back. Hello. How you doing? How are you? I'm so glad you're here. I'm really glad you joined us today. How are you doing now? What's going on? My ring lights just went off. Yo, how is your? Hi, Joe. I'm fine, and I'm getting better. Like the grace of God, I'm okay. How are you? I I really don't know what happened. My ring light just went off. But yeah. So have you guys been? Hi, Aaron. Have you been? I. Oh my God, this is so hot. Oof. Okay. Hope this really wants to. Okay. I think that's all. So to all our returning subscriber, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for always coming back to this video. Oh my god. So my ring light just went off and power just went off as well. I'm good, only missing you. Have to miss me, Joe. You just have to miss me. You weren't online yesterday. You didn't stream with us yesterday. I was live where I apologized to all of you and I told you guys how much I missed all of you. So you have to miss me. I missed you too, Joe. I missed you too, Aaron. Uh, so as I was saying, welcome back to you guys. Welcome back to me. Welcome back, you all. Thank you for always coming back to this space. Please keep tapping your screen, sending love and light from this space. Tap your screen, comment, share our links, tell your friends to join. You can as well stream along with me. Oh my god. My earrings just went up, guys. My earring rather. So you can stream along with me. Just send me your request and I'll add you up so we can. I really want you guys to stream with me. Joe, please. I really want you to stream along with me and yeah. Uh so let me finish my intro. To my to our new subscriber, welcome to Cut TV family. Here on this space. We are here. This space was created just for you. Cut TV family is basically about life, um, entertainment, education, um, politics, name it, showbiz, marriages, legal issue, name it. This is why this space is created. It's created for you. If you have issues, if you have questions, you want to talk about, just let me know. You can reach out to us. Legal issues, we can reach out to us and we'll help you in every legal way we can. And if you have also health issue, you can also reach out to us. You never know who is watching, who is listening, who is streaming, and who is just giving us a sneak peek. You don't know who might want to help. So if you have issues, if you need help, if you need assistance in any way, do well to reach out to us. If you have suggestions on what we should do, things we should talk about, please, we are open to suggestions. We are open to learning. Do well to reach out to us as well. Let me unplug this. Um, oh my God. If you have the basically this space was created for you guys. So welcome to this space. Please do well to subscribe to our channel, turn on your notification bell to be the first to get notified whenever I'm live, whenever I drop a video. Do well to turn on your notification bell, share our link, tell your friends about us, tell them to join us, tell them to join this space, and yeah. Let's have fun together. I would start by apologizing again. I feel like this week is just going to be filled with apologies. And that's because I don't take you guys for granted, anyways. So I'll start by apologizing again. I mean, I think I was supposed to be live earlier today, but like I mentioned yesterday, I had an appointment at the hospital, and that's where I've been. And then I know I had said that I was going to carry people along only if, obviously, if I'm permitted to, but I couldn't. And yeah, I am on strict warning and medication. I have to be careful so my physicist wouldn't just kill me for being careless. And yeah, I woke up this morning. I don't know. I woke up not feeling good. I don't know. My emotions was just all over the place, and that's basically because I woke up with a lot of death around my eyelid, and yeah, it just made me worried. It just made me really worried. I had to rush to the hospital, and things didn't just go as planned. I honestly would have been able to tag you guys along or do the video I had promised, but at the time I got to the hospital because of what had happened, I rushed out of the house, and all I was thinking is, oh, I need to go, I need to check, I need to be sure that I'm fine, I need to be sure that medication is working and all that stuff. So then I got to the hospital. I didn't even bother reaching out to my physicist to know if he already knows we have an appointment anyway. So I didn't even bother, only to get to the hospital and to the clinic rather, and I waited for a while for him, and I don't know why. I'm just coming back, you guys. I look. I don't know how I look. I'm not just in my best mood today, guys. You just have to pardon me. I'm not feeling myself today like I always do. So, hmm but that's why I never forget to come here because I know you guys will always find a way to make me smile. You can see I'm already smiling. So I got to the hospital. My physicist wasn't around. I saw the interns there. He told them what to do. Told me he had an emergency. He had to go to one of the clinics at Mitama. Yeah, had to be there. There was an emergency, so someone else will attend to me. And then we rescheduled for tomorrow. But then I was checked, everything according to individuals. I don't know the vibe they gave me, but they were all, how just can be. Some of them whispering, and they went out to call him, and he was like, "Okay, Juliana, you know what's going to happen? You have to come back. I need to see you personally tomorrow. I need to check you myself tomorrow. But don't worry, everything is fine. You just have to come back tomorrow." So, guys, I waited for him for a while. I was there for a while, and yeah, story of my life. You guys, please keep tapping your screen. Keep tapping your screen. I am stressed, you guys. See, today I couldn't do anything. I'm not on makeup and stuff, but I have to be here. Encourage me by tapping your screen, sharing my link, telling people to join me so I won't end up crying. Okay, guys. So as promised yesterday that someday I will tell you people how I got here. I'll tell you people how I um ended up with this car and how I ended up with a blurry vision, like I said yesterday. So on my way back, because I haven't been able to really sit down to plan what we'll be talking about in recent times, and you guys are family, and I wouldn't want to keep people in the dark because everyone around me knows me and knows my story. And this is not just a story for me, it's more like a testimony. And I tell it to people, to anyone that cares to listen, because I need people to understand that God is God. God is good. God is alive. Prayer works. I need people to understand the power of prayer and know how much prayer works. But when it comes to faith and believing, it is shaky for me. My faith is shaky. I believe I don't know. So, but I've seen prayer works for me countless times, and this my testimony is a testament that God is good. It's a testament that prayer works. It's a testament that it works for everybody as long as you believe and you can get on your knees and pray, or stand and pray, or lay back down and pray. However it is, it works. So let's start with how it started. Okay, so fast forward to mm-mm, let's backtrack to you guys. If you want me to continue, if you want me to give you people this story the way it is, keep tapping your screen, share the link, let people come and join and hear my big testimony, because it is a testimony for me. It is huge, and it is, this is not me just trying to share my story to you guys and telling people my testimony. It is also a way of telling you people the importance of um health, taking your health seriously, understanding your body, understanding every sign your body gives you, understanding every signal your body gives you, taking every feeling with um taking every feeling, every sign your body gives you with all seriousness. Don't feel like it's just common headache. It's not. There's nothing common about you, about human body. There's nothing common about human body, and people should. This is also me telling you people how important it is to stay healthy. So back in 2023, I think as at back in 2023, but like June or July. No, after the first quarter of the year 2023. Before then, I was always constantly having headaches and stuff, and it just kept increasing after the first quarter, and and after that, it's increased. It became very difficult for me to meet my hair. I am I never used to like wigs and stuff. I just had them. I don't. But then again, at some point in my life, I began to enjoy wigs because I felt like if you're on your natural hair, you have to. And if you want to grow it, if you want to keep it, if you want to maintain a healthy natural hair, you have to just avoid extensions as much as possible too, so it will not affect your edges and stuff. So I was always on cornrows. I was always on invisible braids with my natural hair. My hair is pretty long and full. So, and as a fine girl, I know I'm a fine girl, and I enjoy being natural. I enjoy wearing my natural look and all of that. I'm comfortable. I'm more comfortable when I am natural. And yeah, got to a point where I realized that I get more compliments when I am natural, when I go out wearing my cornrows, when I go out and all of that. So I stopped wearing wig. I stopped making my hair. I was always on cornrow, and if there is need for me to do extra, I just put on my wig and style. So it got so bad back in 2023. My scalp especially was paining me, like this part of my scalp, it was always paining me. Okay, now it's paining me because I just revealed my cornrow. So it was always paining me. I couldn't even comb my hair. I literally I'm the type that I don't like to sit for so long making cornrows. I mean, it's cornrows and I'm going to cover it, so what's the need? Why am I trying to make it look very fine if I can just do 15 for me, 10, 15 at most. Not even 15, 15 is more. 10, 12 if it's too much and I'm out. I don't want to sit for so long doing nothing. So I started reducing the amount of braids from 10 to 8 to 5, and I was always constantly doing 5, and it was so painful. And so I stopped making my after I made my the two first hair for the year 2023. I stopped from June to December. I was on cornrow constantly every week. Not every week, every 2 weeks. I literally catch the hair. That's the word, catch it 5. Because it's so big that sometimes if I wear a wig, I had to get a wig cap to help just press it. It's so thick. It is either 5 or 6. 5 or 6. If it's too much, 7. And I'll beg my mom, because I mean, it's cornrow. My mom makes my hair for me, so I will go to the salon to pay money when my mom can do the same thing. And her hair, I feel like her hand is good for my hair, so I'll beg her to do 7. If it's 5, she'll tell me, it's too much. It's too small. Your hair too thick. You go to pay my hand and all that stuff. So I had her. She'll make my hair for me. I'll wash, and she'll be the one to literally beg me to come back and do the hair, because I don't want to go through that kind of pain I was going through every time. Even when I want to comb, my natural hair is the type that doesn't even need water. My hair looks thick. When you see it, you think it's very you'll be suffering when you want to comb your hair, but that's not the case. My hair is so soft naturally, and I try to use moisturizers to just help, and conditioner, leave-in conditioner when I want to comb my hair, to as to avoid using water. But it became so bad. I would mix the conditioner and water together and spray on my hair. Sometimes I have to wet my hair completely. I literally would go into the restroom, pour water on my hair, and comb it out. That's the only way I'll be able. Even in the bedroom, I'll be screaming. It was so bad. I did not even care. I didn't think I just felt like I had stressed my head too much, which is a lie. But that was what I told myself, and I decided to give myself that time to rest. Yeah, I decided to give myself that time to rest. I didn't stress about making my hair. I didn't. It was a lot at the time. So fast forward to December 2023. I was constantly having headache. This part of my this part of my chin always paining me. Not always, once in a while, I'll just be feeling pain. And I'm one that likes to chew gum a lot. So I just felt like I was chewing gum too much, and I stopped chewing gum for it. I stopped chewing gum. And I was always feeling headache. And then I felt it was migraine. I've never had migraine in my life. So why am I having migraine? And I'm not one to want to just take medication like that, aspirins and whatnot, just because I'm feeling headache or I'm feeling body pain. I'm not the type to want to do that. Please, if you're just joining me, welcome to this space. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. If you're a new subscriber, I love you so much. Thank you for joining this space. Please hit the subscribe button, turn your notification bell to be the first to get notified when I am live for you. So I am just talking about my story, telling you guys how I got this car. This isn't nose piercing, field nose piercing, or accidents and stuff like people think. It is not. So I was going through that. I didn't even tell anybody what was. I was just the only person at the time that knew was my mom, because every time, whenever she's braiding my hair, I'm like this. I'm always screaming and doing all of that. And she kept on doing. I'm not the type to always. I mean, I used to do that when I was much younger. Growing up, they used to cut my hair because I don't know how to get pains from hair. So growing up, I was always on low cut. So she just since when? Hi, Before. I love you too. Thank you so much for joining. Please, if you're a new subscriber, subscribe to our channel and do well to let me know so I can do the drum rolls for you. Thank you so much. So my mom had all of that. And then in December, my nephew was turning 1, December 2023. I had everything all planned out, had my nails done. I even had to do my lashes. I didn't make my hair anyways. I just had my cornrow. But this time I decided to do 10, so it made me fine. And God, I look so fine whenever I have my cornrow and my lash on. So that was just my ideal Christmas for me that year. I just want to maintain. I just want to maintain my natural beauty, you guys, but with my lash though. So after my nephew's birthday, which we celebrated on the 20th, I love you too. I love you too. Please do well to subscribe and let me know so I can hit the drum rolls for you. So I did all of that, and yeah, I told my then 25th was Christmas. Yeah, no, his birthday was celebrated 22nd. His birthday was celebrated 22nd, and already my eyes was red. I mean, this it was this one. So I felt I was already having irritation. I think it's from the, where are you from? I am Nigerian. What about you? Where are you from before? Where are you from? I'm Nigerian. I am Northern. Where are you from? So I had this eye irritation. I think it was irritation from light the lash glue or something, because I usually have that once in a while. When the glue is too much, I get irritation from my eye. So I usually take it off. So I that was what I was feeling on the left eye. This one was perfect. And the day of the bed is birthday. Morocco and Senegal. So okay, who is from Morocco? Your dad or your mom? I used to have it. I have a friend brother, my classmates. Her dad is Senegal, and that's how we ended up calling her Senegal. Literally, we nicknamed her Senegal back then in school. And that was how I was like, why is everybody, when I came, and everybody kept calling Senegal, Senegal, Senegal. Like, why is everyone calling you Senegal? And she said her dad is from Senegal, and she's like the only um foreigner in our class back then. So that's why everyone nicknamed us Senegal. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do not subscribe to my channel. Share our link. Tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your siblings, tell your relatives, tell your colleagues, tell your acquaintances to join us. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I still need to do the drummers for you. Thank you for joining. I love you too. So as I was saying, I had all of this irritation and stuff just with my left eye. And fast forward to the birthday, it was still there. After his birthday, which was 22nd, 23rd, 22nd ending, after his party, I took it off. I took my lashes off. And by morning, on 23rd morning, thank you too. God bless you too. Thank you so much for joining. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, and do not forget to share our links. So I had to take the lash off. I celebrated Christmas. I was happy. 6, I started feeling movement in my eye, my right eye. I felt like, oh, it's hammer time. It's probably breeze must have blown stone or sand in my eye. By morning I'll be fine. 27th it became worse. I managed it. I slept that 27th. I woke up in the afternoon and it was so bad. I was just scratching, I was itching constantly. And then on the 28th in the morning, no, 27th in the evening, I had to go to a pharmacy to get eye drop. I just told the pharmacist that I needed eye drop for my eye. My eyes itching. I don't know. It feels like there's something in my eye. So he just gave me eye drop, and I went home. I used it, hoping that by morning I will come see you in Nigeria soon. I cannot wait. You just made my day. I cannot wait. Honestly, I will be looking forward to that. I honestly cannot wait. I honestly cannot wait. You will come to Nigeria to see me, and when you're going back, I will definitely go with you to Senegal or Morocco. Where exactly are you? Are you in Senegal or Morocco? I will go with you, and you'll be my tour guide. So I slept, hoping that I would wake up in the morning and I'll feel better. I mean, it happens once in a while now. I woke up in the morning and I tried to open my eye. You know how you wake up? My eyes were shut. As that sometimes I wake up in the morning and I just keep my eyes shut and meditate and pray before I get up. Then there are days I just wake up like that when we have to pray together as a family. Because sometimes we do it, sometimes we just pray individually, but we ensure to pray before leaving the before stepping for opening the main door. We just do it. So that day was one of the days we didn't pray together as a family. I knew when my sisters prayed together, and my elder sister started prayer and my younger sister joined, and I knew when my mom was praying in the room, and I was the last to wake up to come out of the room that day. every other person was outside. So I woke up, but my eyes were still shut, and then I tried to open my eye, but it was like something hit me. Like I went like this, and I closed my eyes immediately with so much pain. What the hell? What was that? I tried to open my eyes. It took a while. Photophobia had set in. The movement in my eyes increased drastically. I immediately woke up. I was trying to clean up. I was trying to, because in here, how I've been emphasizing on the fact that I'm from a very large family. I mean, I live in Belgium. Oh, that's nice. So here's the thing: you will decide if I should go with you to Morocco or, or Senegal or Belgium. But however the case may be, wherever you're taking me to, you're definitely being my tour guide. And I cannot wait to have you here. So, how is Belgium though? How is Belgium treating you? Is that where you work? Definitely. So I woke up, I was trying to clean the house. Like I said, I'm from a large family, so we had chores chores in a large family, in a large home. If you're from a large home, you know that chores is shared amongst siblings. So my own chore is to ensure that the living room, the dining room is clean. The rooms, the living room, the dining room, I have to sweep all of that, those places. While there's someone else that will do the cleaning, the mopping. So I woke up and I was doing the same thing, and it was so bad. I just had to quickly do that. I still did not say anything to anybody in the house. I rushed back to another pharmacy. I didn't want to go to the pharmacy because the one I went to the previous day was a mini pharmacy, and I decided to go to a big pharmacy, an actual pharmacy, on the 27th. And you know it's almost difficult now. It's still celebration. It's the festive period. It's just 2 days after Christmas. Everybody is still in their celebratory mode and all of that. So I went there. I um I went there. I requested to see a pharmacist. They said the pharmacist had just traveled that morning. And I told them what was happening. I needed drugs. They kept saying that they cannot administer any medication to me without prescription, doctor's prescription. I have to go to the hospital. I have to get tested, and then I should get a prescription that they would work with. They can't give me drugs. If the pharmacist was around, it should have been different, and all of that. I decided to go to the hospital, an actual hospital, my family hospital at the time. And then I went there. I requested to see the doctor. And I told the doctor what I was feeling, movement in my eyes. I had my sheets on as well because I could at the time. This scar on my nose, it was just like pimple. You get a very ripe pimple. But I was already itching a day before, and that day it was already a bit swollen. My nose was a bit swollen. It was like boil, you get, and it was already removing pores, just little. So I had to wear nose masks to just cover it. And then I went to the hospital and I showed the doctor. He said, "Is it not pimples?" I said, "It's not pimple. I've never had pimple, acne, whatever it is. The least I'll have is just rashes on my forehead. And that usually happens during ovulation, obviously. And if it's too bad, it's just like one dry pimple here or here, just something like that. My face has always been like this. Nothing serious." So he went, "Okay, then that means something beat you." I said, "It's possible." He said, "Maybe mosquito," and you kept. Why would mosquito just bite the tip of my nose? And come on, uh, and we don't really have mosquitoes in my house, so why would mosquito? But and this is Hamatan. I don't think it's mosquito. Maybe something bit me because I had slept out with my sister and my then boyfriend. We went out on the 25th and we all lodged in one hotel and we slept out that period. So I just figured that maybe something beat me. It's probably a reaction from the hotel that we went to or something. So I explained everything that day. And she went, "Okay, we have to run some tests. We have to do this. We have to do that, blah, 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 blah." If you're just joining me again, welcome to Coach TV family. Please do well to like this video. Tap your screen, guys. Tap your screens. Like this video. I need you guys to encourage me with a lot of love and light. I'm sharing my story and my testimony. And yeah, so if you're a returning subscriber, Thank you for joining. I'm not saying I'm also giving our new subscriber 1,000,001 kisses. Thank you guys for coming to this space. I promise you're not going to regret it. Trust me. So as I was saying, let's not forget I am Julie Fresh. Yeah, I'm Julie Fresh, and this is called TV Family. So you said I needed to get tested. You need to run some tests. I was hoping, okay, it has to do with my face. Probably take samples from my nose and stuff. Even though I know that the hospital, from where we were living, the place is it's a rural place. That's where my family house is. So like that's like the best hospital there. And we just needed somewhere that we can run to in case of emergencies. You get, or the hospital my family is my actual family hospital is CBN Clinic, and now we are very far from CBN Clinic. We use CBN Clinic. We use King's Care Hospital. Now that one was just like an area clinic in case of an area clinic in case of emergencies. So that was where I went to, and then I was expecting, okay, even though I'm not sure they will have those um facilities, but at least to do something, take my blood sample or something. Said gave me a list to go and pay. They charged me and stuff, and then I went there and I met the cashier. Is it the cashier? Yeah. I met her and I saw her and she said, when she told me, I was like, what am I even paying for? No, they said, what am I even paying for? What's that? She said, you are taking 3 injections. 3 injections for what? She said, and that's what's on the list. I'm like, I need to see the doctor. They said, doctor just left. Okay, I need to see someone else, the assistant or whatever. The guy just showed up and he's someone I relate well with all the doctors anyways. So I just told him, I'm like, what's going on? I'm supposed to run tests and I'm doing malaria typhoid. I literally just treated malaria and typhoid. So why am I running tests for malaria and typhoid again? And I'm paying so much for the test. Why am I doing what I should be expecting? Why am I doing they listed some very funny tests that I needed to do at the time, and it didn't just make any sense because what is happening to me has to do with my face. What I expect you people to do is to take blood sample and run actual tests and not tell me you're trying to do malaria and typhoid. What is that? Why am I doing malaria and typhoid? What am I doing malaria and typhoid for? What I'm telling you about my eye, and why are you two people even telling me to buy it to take 3 injections? What's that for? What do I need the injection for? What something? I'm talking about my eye. You're talking about my butt. What's that? And he said that's the problem with people. People don't listen. Your doctor is telling you this. You're saying I'm not saying I don't trust you, but as my doctor, it is your responsibility to make me understand certain things when I am lost. This is me not just trying to do. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to understand what is happening to me. If you people cannot handle my cases, for you to give me a letter and send me somewhere else, rather than telling me to do malaria, typhoid, vaginosis, urinalysis, and all of that. Well, why am I doing all those stuff? What am I taking injections for three for that matter, and one cost 5,000 naira. So the 3 injections at I'm taking the three immediately. I'm taking the three. It's like 9 injections for 3 days. You don't know what is happening to me, but you're giving me injections for 3 days. You're placing me on a 3 days injection, and my test results will not be out until evening. So what exactly am I taking the injection for? And he said, if I do and I want, if I feel like I know too much, he's not even in the mood. He can't even argue with me. I should go. He's not ready for my stress today. And so I angrily left. I wished the senior doctor was around so I would talk to him because I didn't like how they attended to me that day. I angrily left the hospital that morning. Still, nobody at home knew where I was. Nobody knew what was happening to me. I immediately remembered, oh, there's a pharmacy not far from the hospital. Let me just go there. I went there. I met the I think luckily the pharmacist was around. It's Igbo, and you know how Igbos can be. They play with money and business. So I met the pharmacist there, and we spoke. And he said it's possible that something entered my eyes, and it's just triggering a lot of things for me. And this side knows it could be possible that I got bitten by something or I'm reacting to something, but it's going to give me medications for everything. That was what I expected to get. And that was the response I was expecting from the hospital. And then he told me, you have to manage this thing for today. If you persist, get yourself to the hospital first thing tomorrow morning. And I agreed. He gave me lots of medications and prescribed some for me, which I went back to the other pharmacy, the big one, to get. And I went back home. And my mom was like, what's going on? You left the house, you didn't tell anybody, everybody was looking for you. And I explained to them, I said, this is what is happening to me. It's been happening or it's been happening for over 2 days now, and I've been bearing it. And my sister said she noticed how swollen my nose is when I was sleeping, but she didn't just want to say anything. I said, I don't even understand what's happening. I don't know. But it just said to manage this for, I can't even remember some of the drugs it gave me, like regular pills for eye. And yeah, my sister who's in the medical field to look at not really medical field anyway, but who is a child to look at it and say that, oh yeah, this will work. Let's just see. Tomorrow morning nothing happens, you now go to the hospital, but hopefully things will go well. I used it that afternoon. I slept, I woke up. My nose, this part already is very swollen. It was so strong. This part was so strong. My eyes was becoming gradually, my eyes were already swollen. And they said, oh, maybe the medication is working. It's bringing out all the dirt in your eyes and stuff. So just don't worry. They'll go to the hospital. At the time, at that evening, the evening, my mom had suggested that I should go to the hospital. And I told her, no, that let me just manage and see. I'll go back. I'll go to the hospital in the morning. 28 in the morning. 28, I woke up to a swollen face. This part of my face was swollen, my eyes swollen, my nose swollen, and I stopped taking the drug immediately. They told me to go to the hospital. I decided to go back to the pharmacy. I got there. They said the man had traveled with his family. That's 28 morning for a New Year celebration to his village. Then I went back to the pharmacy because that other pharmacy told me that their pharmacist, oh, sorry, the pharmacist had traveled, but he will be back that day. No, one traveled, the other one will be back that day. They had two pharmacists, two standby doctors. So I went back to the hospital to check, to the pharmacy to check if the other one was back. When I got there, they said he had just left. When will he be back? He said he will be back in the evening or later in the day. Can you people just tell him that it is a case of emergency? I need to see a medical expert. I need somebody to talk. I need to take medication immediately. He said they called him, he said he'll be back by one and stuff. By one, I could no longer go out to my people. I could not go out. My face was swollen, my eyes, photophobia I had increased. It was so bad. Even that morning, I had to go with my younger sister because I could not cross the road myself. I could not see. The movement in my eyes just kept increasing. And then at some point it stopped, but then my eyes was already so swollen. My sister had now gone back to their house. They spent Christmas with us. They went back to their husband's house with their kids. And then my sister said if it gets bad by 20 on the 29th, I should come home. I should come to her house. So she'll take me to their hospital. I mean, so I did on the 29th. I woke up, I went to the hospital on the 29th. I woke up on the 29th, my face was so bad. My mom screamed and immediately called my older sister. We switched to WhatsApp call. And she saw me and said, can you come over now? I said, I can. She said, oh, yeah, start coming. I got to the house. She took me to the hospital. The MD at the time, they said the MD just left. We have to come back. I met the other doctors there. They saw me. They took my blood sample. They took sample from my nose, took sample from I mean, that was what I expected these other people to do. I opened my nose. You now look at me and I looked at me like, what is this? What's going on? I said, I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm as confused as you are. And so he said, okay. So he took samples from my nose, samples from my eyes. He took my blood sample and all of them and said the test results will be out in 3 days, right? Yeah, 3 days. So the 3 days is on New Year Day or the first. No problem. that they don't have facilities for eye, so they have to send this sample they have with me to an actual eye clinic for them to get it checked and tested and know what's happening. And I agreed. They gave me painkillers, they gave me strong antibiotics. I was going through pains, terrible pains. It felt like my eyes, it felt like my face got burnt. That was the feeling I was getting at the time. You know when you have like is it touch stage born or something? That was how my face. That was the feeling I was getting. My face is flat. It's divided like this. Felt like my face was burnt and all that. The temperature on my face, God, it was above. It was above normal human temperature because my body was already hot. My temperature was hot, but the temperature, my face temperature was terribly hot. Literally, if you put wipes or and a handkerchief on my face, if you put a wet towel on my face, give it time, 5 minutes tops, it will go, it will be dry. That was how hot my face was. So I went back home. They gave me strong antibiotics. They gave me medication. They gave me eye drop. They gave me injections. They gave me this. They gave me that. I went home. They said to clean my face. Like my sister got wipes for me. We went home. I was managing. I was going through pains. I barely slept. I could not eat. I mean, how much I couldn't even throw anything because this place was shocking me constantly. I had stuff coming out from my nose, my eyes, and stuff. I managed that 29th. 30th, my face, I woke up in the morning, my eyes look like balloon. Which if you used if you use a sharp broom edge on my eye, it will burst. My eyes was swollen. We woke up that morning. My sister took me back to the husband was so scared. He had to take me back to the hospital, and we met another nurse. Said the MD is coming back the next day. I think I went to their house on the 30th. Yeah, I was on 30th, we went to the hospital. 31st, we went back to the hospital again. Said that you can't do anything, and they have to do, you just have to continue with the antibiotics they are giving me. And then this lady also suggested vitamin B complex, fish oil. I should go and get it. That is really good for. She recommended one a particular company that they use. It just comprises of so many things that is also good for eyesight and stuff. So I went. My sister, I and my sister agreed to get it. She gave me more medication. They did this. They cleaned my face off and all of that. She asked me, "Are you sure you did not do somebody wrong? Are you sure you're not fighting somebody in the office? Are you sure you're not trying to drag somebody's boyfriend?" I said, "I know, don't do that with me." And she said, "Okay, let them see now. My test results will be out tomorrow, so they'll see what's wrong." And uh, I went back home. My sister also at the time was saying, we cannot wait to if the pain continues like this, they'll have to take me to another hospital probably in town." And that was crossover. 2023 was the first time I crossed over at home. I never ever do that. I'm always in church. And everybody went to church. No, everyone went to church. My sister had to stay back with the kids and she had to stay back because of me. That night, because I just knew that if because I survived that night, I cannot just die like that. I did not even think I was going to survive it. At some point, I had already said my final prayer. Literally, she will put. We had three towels in the freezer for my face alone. As she's placing it on my face, as cold like that and somewhat wet. As I'm putting it on my face, give me 5 minutes tops. It's dry and hot. My start changing those towels. She'll carry this one from the fridge, replace it, come and place it on my face. I was crying, I was going through pains. She called the hospital, they said they cannot do anything. It was as though there was fire. Literally, there was maybe placed hot burner on my face or something. I was crying, and but then I found a way to. I decided I remember that my cousin had been sending me links of commanding the day from Dynamis International. So I decided to and join. I decided to open the link and join. If I cannot go to church, let me just bring church home. So I joined. I never really believed in connecting. I love physical service. I don't really like to connect. If you know the owner. So I connected that day for the first time. And I started was dancing, I was in pins, I just knelt down and I was crying and all of that. Like I don't know what is happening to me. I don't know what is going on. I don't know who I offended, but whatever it is, just help me. I'm tired already. The pains I'm going through, I feel like it's even worse than labor. I don't even know. Somehow I slept. Somehow, I don't even know how I managed to sleep. I think I slept around past 3 a.m. in the morning. That was when my sister slept. And on the first was my nephew's naming ceremony in town. And my brother at the time just knew that they said I'm not feeling well and something is happening to me. But he hasn't really seen me. He didn't know the gravity of what was happening to me. So when his wife called me and they were saying no, my mom was there already. And they were like, they are not sure if I will come. They don't know if they should leave me in the house or not. But my test result will be out that day. And with the way they are sounding like if all goes well, whatever happens, sir, I might be on admission that day. So uh, they were just talking, and my brother's wife said, "How is it so bad that Julie cannot even come safe? Let me even see." And I sent her a picture. She's print. It didn't take 2 seconds. My brother's call came in, and he said, "I used is that filter?" And he said, "It's not filter. That's my face. That's what I look like now. So ugly, so ugly. I looked like I was the ex. I was the opposite of myself. I could not even believe it. And he just started shouting and crying. Nobody told him, how can they? My sister said, what will we do? We're waiting for test. We just have to wait. Test result we have to this one. We know what's happening. And then we went to the hospital. He said all the tests they did came out negative. Nothing was happening. Nothing was wrong. God have mercy. But they only had one test that time. I can't even mention that came out positive, but they have to do it again. And I and my sister looked at ourselves, and it was so funny at the time. I laughed like, this is just the devil playing a trick with me. They needed to start treating me. I had herpes, and they needed to start treating me immediately before it spread. And I cannot go, I cannot go to a public place where people would see me. I mean, I don't look good. People will know what is happening to me. People will start spreading false rumor about me and stuff, and it's not good. These things can affect people negatively, to affect even my self-esteem, and they need to even start treating me now. They need to place me on immediate admission. And I told them, see, there is no way in hell I'm going to I'm going to spend my first day of the year in the hospital. It is bad enough that I crossed over at home, but I'm not going to spend the first day of the year in the hospital. My brother's wife gave birth on the 25th December. I've not seen my nephew, and today he will be named. I've not, and you want me to miss it? No way. I will go. You see that thing that they're trying to do so that people will not see me. I want people to see me so that everybody will bring their solution. I will go. My sister said, are you sure? You can go back home. I'm not going to be in the hospital. I'm not going to be at home alone. I will go. So what about your face? See you have the I said I will go. I literally had pure water, iced water. I wrapped it with face towel, and this was how I held it all through in the hospital. I said I will go. And so they took my samples again, they took my blood again, and I left the hospital. I lied to the doctor that I will come back in the evening, and then I'll stay the night there. So I left. That was because it was the MD. The MD was already around. He looked at me, checked me, and all of that. And so we left. We got there. Everybody saw me, and everyone was screaming, "What's going on? Your eye goes so burst." I literally looked like it would explode the next minute. And it was just this one. This one was so long, but this part of my face was shown. I mean, because something is happening to me. So hmm, I felt so bad. I had to go and hide myself inside. I stayed there for I stayed there for the longest. I had to hide inside. And then one of my old family friend, we call her grandma, she came and she looked at me and she said the thing is a spiritual fire. That because everybody kept saying that this thing is spiritual or you don't need, are you dragging position with somebody at work? I see if it's the position, you should come and take it and go. You see the work, I don't even want again. Just leave me, let me go. Like just need to go back to being myself. Are you dragging boyfriend? I even if it's the boyfriend, come and take the boyfriend and go. I don't even want anymore. I don't want, I'm not even want to even fight somebody. I don't get involved in physical fights and stuff. So why would someone want to do this to me? Why would someone want to just call my face for life because of what position at work or man that I'm not even sure I'm going to end up with? What's I don't even believe in stuff like that. So it was funny when people I just started laughing. It was funny when they were telling me, they said, don't laugh, it's serious. And she said it's spiritual fire. It happens. It's either spiritual fire or what. Outside they call it time. I've never heard of that thing in my life before. And yeah, but then she kept saying that she would have believed it's that stuff. But then again, that thing does not happen in the physical. It doesn't happen in physical places. It happens in places where people cannot see, like your back, your thigh, your bum, and all of that. Places that people cannot see, and it's going to affect you very well. It doesn't happen in the physical places. So but she said she had a medication. Tomorrow she'll take me to the market. There's one that does all this herbal medicine for stuff like that. She'll take me there. And my mom said she knows somebody where we live. I told you people if you remember that we used to live in a rural area. So she said she knows somebody is part of the chief's cabinet member. She will take me there. The person will see me, and yeah. And so we left that day. I didn't go back to my sister's house. I went to I went back to my sister's house because I needed to take the other test results the next day, which I did, and then I went home. And in the evening, I had to literally I would cover my face because I don't want people to see. So in the evening, at night rather, we went to the man's place and he told us that the man left the day before to the bush to get to get herbs rather, and it won't be back until after 3 days or 5 days, depends on how fast it would gather its herbs. So the son said he knows somewhere else he can take us to, but he knows for a fact that this is not spiritual fire. It's something else, but he will take us to that woman's place. So the woman will check us and all of that. Now, if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome to this space. This is Scott TV family, and my name is Julie Fresh, and I'm just telling people my story, how I got this, my story, and my testimony. And to my returning subscriber, thank you. Share my link, like this video, and comment. And don't forget, if you want to stream, just send a request and I'll add you up. Do not forget that part. It's very important. So yeah, we went to the woman's place. The woman, so old, she doesn't understand English. Luckily, my mom knows how to speak Hausa very well. So they communicated and she told my mom that it's not spiritual fire because that one does not happen. The wood tandere, as they call it in Hausa, does not happen in physical places. So, but they know, but she knows the medication to give to me. She took me to a step a co-wife's hut. That one saw me and confirmed that it is that stuff. Then she took me to a stepson, the oldest in the family. That one saw me too and confirmed it, and all of that. We did all that, and they said they know the medication that it's not hard. So what is it? They say it's have dogoyaro. For some reason, I don't know why I don't know the English name of that tree, but that's the thing, and it's very popular. I mean, indeed, not live in the north, you know that it's very popular. So they say this dogoyaro. So I told my mom, the one I know that the one I know that is not so far from our house, is not far from a masquerade house. And I told my mom, there's no way. And it's so tall, I can't climb it. And we have to look for somebody to help us climb the tree and get it. And I told her, there's no way I'm getting anything close to a masquerade house. God forbid. That ground that they've done all manner of sacrifice and all of that, and now caught something. That's like it's their village ground. The tree is like the shade for nonsense. I'm not going to take anything. I'm not going to drink anything or feed my body with anything that will come out from that ground. And so her son said, okay, that he knows somewhere else we can get it, but we have to wait for them and we have to give them transport. My mom said, no problem. She gave them money. They went to the place. My brother followed them, my cousin at the time followed them. They went to the place. They got stuff, plenty enough. And they said she should boil some, she should just cut some part of the leaf, blend it to a paste, and then boil the rest. I'll be using it to bathe, I'll be using it to wash my face, and then I'll be drinking the other. While the other one that was blended to a paste, I'll apply it on my face where I have the injuries and all of that. And that's it. And they did not collect a penny aside the money they collected for transport. We begged these people to collect. They said no, that we should go. When the most important thing that the tree the leaves they did not even they didn't pay to get it. They did not buy it. So why would they now collect money for something they did not prepare themselves? Moreover, my mom would do the preparation herself, so we can go. We went home that night. You see the funny- we went home that night. I know how bitter that leaf is. So, but at the time, I did not care. I was done taking see, my body felt like a lab for testing drugs. That was I smelled like drug. I peed drugs. I sweated drug. I belched drug. I belched drug. Everything. I bopped drug. Like everything about me. I literally hated my body. I hated myself that period. So it was a welcome this thing idea for me to try something else. At least that one, even if it's not going to work, at least to wash my system and wash all the um 1001 drugs I've been taking. So I welcomed the idea. We got home, my mom did it, I drank it that night, I beat it, and I applied stuff on my face, and I woke up in the morning. These people at the hospital told me if I had not started medication that moment, that it would be so bad. I will wake up in the morning and I will not be able to recognize myself. There's nothing in this life will work. And I woke up in the morning, face that was looking like that was looking like a huge balloon. It just looked really small. I saw the difference. I saw the injury drying off. I woke up feeling light. I woke up feeling lightweighted. I woke up feeling refreshed. I took it that morning, took it in the afternoon, took it in the evening, did the same thing. I mean, the paste one was just in the morning and then in the afternoon. And the paste was supposed to be morning and afternoon. Drinking was morning, afternoon, evening, and then the bathing on is morning and night, obviously. So, I mean, the best is morning and night, then drinking is 3 times a day, then the other one. And then I did it the second day. I woke up in the morning. Hey, God. I started that medication on the second. Yeah. I woke up third. I could not believe my face. I woke up on the fourth. There was a huge difference. I woke up on the fifth. Every day I woke up, I was seeing God's hand in my life. I was seeing God's miracle in my life. And then I was praying. I was following up commanding the day at the time. I was praying, and my work was supposed to resume like in a week's time. How am I supposed to tell my boss that I cannot resume because of this? I mean, I can tell her, but I don't want it. I don't even want to take that kind of break. I don't want to accept that this will be it. So I just kept praying. Mind you, when all of this was happening, my eyes, I was getting better, but I was having like white lining or something covering my eyeballs. I just kept noticing it. But every day I was getting better. The thing just kept increasing. The whitish stuff just kept increasing and it kept covering. It was like there was something covering my eyes, there was something covering my vision. I could not really see clearly. I did not even say anything again until my face became normal. The swelling reduced, my eyes became normal, the all big eyes, swollen face, and all of that just became normal. The injury dried up. It was already drying off, and all of that. I was now looking like normal bruises on my face. I still did not say anything until my mom now noticed that see this your eyes. What is happening? Is there something? Is that something in your eye? And I feel that this thing I've been noticing it for a while now. I don't know what it is, but I think I'll go to the hospital. I have to go to the hospital. I called my sister. I told my sister about it, and my sister went, "Okay, that I should go to the hospital and check. I should go to the hospital and check when I can." I agreed. I went to the hospital. Mm-mm. I still did not go to the hospital. Again, I still did not go to the hospital. But yeah, I was okay. My nose was dried up, and then I was using nose masks. And finally, I told my sibling, I'm ready. I need to go to the hospital. I can't see. I need to go to the hospital. My vision is low. I need to go to the hospital. It's now looking like glass frame on my eye. I need to go to the hospital. And he told me to hold on. And so I did go to the hospital. I looked for an eye clinic around me. I went there. That's why I said yesterday that the people that managed me first did not manage my eye condition very well. So I went there. I've never been to an eye clinic, but I mean, I have, I already have pictures of what an eye clinic should look like. So I went there and I was looking at the place. It wasn't giving me the vibe I wanted. It was just giving me old school eye clinic, oldies and all of that. I was hoping to see facilities, machines and all of that, but everything was giving analog vibe. It was giving manual vibe. And so I registered. I went in. I saw the doctor. The doctor wasn't even around. So I saw his assistant and stuff. And so we spoke. He told me that I was expecting an actual eye test, even if you don't take my blood sample, but run tests, more tests. Everything they did there was just manual, and it was just two things he checked, and they asked me questions, and the next thing he recommended. Okay, so what's wrong with me? He said I have an infection. And Shimi, I said I had herpes, and I said yes, that the herpes affected my eyes, but they can't treat it. It's treatable. I'll have to buy eye drop. One of the eye drop is 50 something thousand, the other one is 70, this one is 72. And I screamed. I reached out to my siblings and they contributed money. The money was not even enough to buy all three of them. And I told him I wanted to get just two. Just tell me which of the two do you think I really need so I can start. And he said no. I told them, see, I cannot even afford the two again. So my sisters just told me to hold on. I should try another hospital. And I told him I wanted to just do one. Then I spoke to the MD, and the MD told me to come to his office, which I did. I left the hospital and I went to his office. Hi, Roma. Yes, I do. Good to have you back. Hi, welcome back. Have you been? So you just left me like that, Roma. I missed you. I missed your company. So yeah, I went there. I met the man. You look beautiful, girl. Thank you so much. You're always complimenting me, Roma. Thank you so much. I'd like to see your face too. Thank you so much. Have you been? So I met a man, an elderly man. I was even scared like what's what's with me and old medical doctors? But you know how they say if you're a medical doctor that is very old, they know they've been in the business for long and so they are more experienced and they know the things. So that was my conviction. Sorry, I couldn't join your live because my exam. Oh, you're writing exams. Oh, now I understand. It's fine. How is that going? Are you done? So I met the man, we spoke, he said a lot of things, blah 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 blah. And he said he wants to help me because I mean spirit is telling him to help me. I'm like his daughter, so he wants to help me. And I felt, if you don't mind, can I ask you something? Sure, you can. You can. And so we spoke. And then he said, okay, he's just going to, he's not, what he's going to do, since I cannot afford all of it, he's going to give me one of the eye drop. And then he's going to give me, it's just, what is your religion? I am a Christian. I'm a Christian. Why do you have to do? So yeah, we spoke. He gave me medication. He then told me that he's going to. I'll be needing a eye padding. He's going to give me ointment. He's going to apply ointment. I'm supposed to buy ointment. Oh, I'm a Muslim. Oh, that's nice. So you celebrated Salah, and you did not even invite me. Anyways, I celebrated Salah too. Even without your invitation, I celebrated Salah and I enjoyed myself. And yeah, I'm a Christian, you're a Muslim, we can still be friends. I mean, religion does not matter to me, anyways. We are human, that's what I know, and we serve the same God. We serve one God, and we all have one belief, except if you think otherwise. But that's what I think, though. So I have both Christian and Muslim friends. So as I was saying, they said they were supposed to give me eye drop and ointment and this and that, but since I cannot afford everything, he's just going to give me one of the eye drop. I no, it's not going to give me one. It's just going to combine everything together, just apply it in my eye and do the eye padding. Hopefully. No, I don't. So do you use Discord? No, I don't. I don't. So we spoke. Um, I agreed in my head. He's an expert. He's old. He knows best. I mean, you know, if you're a Nigerian, if you lived in the rural area, you know that thing they do now when you're sick. You can just tell me, you can just go to the chemist and tell them I am sick. Oh, I think I have malaria. Just give me mix something for me. So that was what he wanted to do, and I was so stupid. I was so dumb enough to agree to it because at the time, I just my siblings were telling me to leave that place, give us time, let's raise enough money. And he told me, see, and this thing I'm going to do your eyes so bad. We're just trying to see how we can help you get better. But if it doesn't go well, you're going to need you'll be needing an eye surgery, and the surgery is not even trying is not want to help fix the don't want to help heal the eye. We're going to completely take out your eye so the infection will not spread to the other one. We'll take out your eye and replace it with a plastic eye, and that surgery will cost about 500,000. So if I were you, I'm just going to gather all the money I can get. Trust me, I broke my bank. Immediately I had that, I was so scared, you guys. I was so scared. And then what condition do you use in your hair? What's the name of the Mediana? Yeah, that's what I use now. Correct. This is not my hair though. This is not my hair. I'm wearing a wig. This is not my hair, but I use Mediana. I recently started using Mediana. It used to be what's the name of that condition again? It used to be Alan, but I use Mediana now. But this is not my hair. I'm wearing a wig. This is my hair. So I broke my bank. I didn't want to wait for my siblings. Everything I started doing everything he said I should do. I brought the medication. I was hoping to go home with bottles of eye drop and all of that. And he applied all the medication and then padded my eye, and I went back home. Now this is my first testimony. The hospital I went to, the clinic I went to was at Abacha Road, Maraba. Now, this man said I should come to his office, which was at Maraba Aso. Now, if you know Maraba very well, if you're Nigerian and you live around that Abuja, Nasarawa axis, if you know Maraba very well, you know how crowded the place is at all times. Now, I went to, and that was on the Monday. You know how busy it is on Mondays. So I went there. That was my first testimony. Second testimony, actually, I got the iPad in. It started treating me both eyes. That was what it did. Now, the thing it did, the ointment and all of them, it gave my eye, made my vision very blurry that day. I waited for like 20 minutes to get better, but I just felt like, oh, I can leave. I got on a bike to the junction with a completely blurry vision. I got to the junction. Believe me, you, the only thing I was seeing was colors. That's the only thing I could see. Colors. I know the person standing next to me is wearing red. I know this thing, the person standing close to me, the other person by my right is wearing black or brown. I can't really tell, but the color, the shade is dark. I know that one is wearing white, but I cannot see the person. I can see this car. The vision was faint, but yeah, I just followed my instincts and I crossed the road. I did not use the bridge. I crossed the road. And God helping me, God so kind. For some reason, before I could cross, there was a traffic warder that day, just by the junction. The man just met me when I was crossing, when I stood there, because I just stood and I was contemplating if I should just talk to somebody and tell the person I need help me cross over. But would the person be kind enough to help me? What will happen when I get home? What's happening to me? Who should I talk to? Should I talk to the police officer? Should I do this or that? And immediately the man just walked next to me and said, do you need help? And I nodded and he held my hand, crossed the road, and that was how he left me. Which now I have the other lane to cross. And that was the one I crossed with cars coming on high speed. I almost got hit, but the car got close to me and stopped. And then I crossed. And nobody, you know how people will say, Niger now, if you won't die, nonsense care and all of that. Nobody said anything. Rather, somebody just helped me out of the room. And that was it. I got on a keke, a tricycle, and I went home. I got to my junction. I was thinking, how am I going to cross this road again? And I did. I crossed quickly. I walked home, still with a completely blurred vision. With just this eye, because this one was padded. I got home and I sent my mom everything. And my mom at that time was always quarreling because my mom kept saying, believe, have faith. Why would the doctor tell you that they will take out your eye? You will believe, and you are telling me now you're looking for money for surgery. Which kind of nonsense talk with that? Go to church, go and pray. And then I remembered it was during 21 hours, and still I told myself, it's everything that was happening to me at that time, even when I had the whole thing about thing on my face, I was still going to church every evening. I never missed church. I told myself, this thing will not stop me from serving God. This thing will not stop me from going to church. And that was what I feel like that was what hastened my healing process, because I never left God. I never left church. I never stopped praying. I would go to church in the evening. I'll come back and then I'll prepare for commanding the day that starts by 11 o'clock. And on the 6th, right, of February, I've never experienced something like that in my life. My iPad and everything, my prayer points was God, just heal me. I just want a situation whereby when I leave this place, when I take this thing off, the moment I take this thing off, I will be fine. And then on the 6th, during commanding the day, and Pastor Paul in nature was praying and prophesying, but somehow he just mentioned my name. I still have that stuff. I had to screen record it and I kept it. He mentioned my name. He mentioned my name initials rather. He mentioned my name. He mentioned my village. And then he mentioned my condition. So the person is currently dealing with a right eye condition, and the person has eye padding all over, and the person is preparing to go and take that thing off. And that night was the last night. It was supposed to be. It was the last night I was supposed to have that thing. I was going to the hospital the next day in the morning, and then he had that prophecy and said that will be the last. And then I did, and I was already having a PTSD at the time. I was having post traumatic depression. I was feeling ant-like movements in my head. I was always scratching. I was always itching and beating my head. I felt like I was going mad. I did not know that I was having PTSD at the time. And then you mentioned PTSD on the right part of your head. You're outside. People are thinking you're running mad because that's the feeling I was getting. I was losing my mind. I was always asking, can you not see? There's something in my hair. There's something working on my scalp. It's like ants. I really don't know. They said that I cannot see anything today. I can't see anything. And then he mentioned it, and I screamed. I looked at my sister. My elder sister, my phone rang immediately. I caught the call. My mom's phone rang. And it was my older sister calling. And she was saying, Pastor Ineche just mentioned your name, mentioned your kids, mentioned your village, and this is a sign that your healing is permanent and it has come. And yeah, I was glad I never missed that period, that prayer session that night. I went to the hospital. The man looked at me and he said, honestly, I did not even think you're coming back here. I was feeling like you come back here and I'll tell you, let's just go right to it. Let's prep you for surgery. Because what I did was me trying my luck, and then I prayed to God to heal you. I did not think that it was going to work. And can you see it? Took up the iPad and can you see? Honestly, you guys, I could see clearly the old glass frame thing that was the whitest stuff that covered my eyes had gone. He said it's not even supposed to happen like that. You're supposed to undergo 2 times padding. To do it, then apply the this again and pad your eye again. But because of how you're looking, I'm going to just give you medication and you go home. And then you need to pay money. And then I did pay money. Like I told you people, I had to break my bank. I was ready. I spent a lot because my siblings already told me to hold on so we can take you to a proper eye clinic. I don't like that you're going to this place. Just hold on. I had explained to them that I don't know, for some reason my spirit does not just accept this place. And then I made a video of the clinic and sent to them, and they didn't like it, and so they told me to hold on to see how much they can raise for me. But then Gara no gree me now. When I finally decided to go to the hospital, I decided to do it on my own. So I went to the hospital. I went there. I went back home and he did the whole eye thing again. The ointment, I still could not see. I crossed the road again, this time by myself, without the help of anybody again, but I still could not see. I crossed all 4 lanes by myself, 2 lanes at Marabati, 2 lanes in my area. And then I went back home. My mom was happy. I went to church. My mom was happy and all of that. 2 days later, I started taking the medication he gave me. And that was where the problem started. The whole thing melted completely. My vision, the blurriness started increasing, just started coming back again, and it kept increasing. And to what I became tired, I started taking this medication. I started taking Vicine. I started taking this. I took that. I took this. I was going through. My eyes wasn't really paining me, but I was having photophobia anyways. But then I kept praying and I kept believing God. And then I decided to, I decided to sow a seed, which I eventually did while I was preparing for the Nations worship. Now, immediately I left church, immediately I dropped my seat that day and I came out of the church. I got to the gate, I was about to cross, and my other brothers called me. I mean, that night I just kept telling God that I am tired. And my plan is I want to go before then I had attended healing and deliverance service too at Dunamis. And that day I went to church with terrible photophobia. I could not see my vision. Everything was just happening to me that day. When I walked into the church, where I sat down, I was alone. I sat very far from everybody, very far from light and all of that, because that was the only way. Where I sat down before, I was going through a lot. My eyes was paining me, photophobia, headache, everything was happening to me. So I went back and I sat far from everybody. And then I started praying and mentioned eye condition again. We came in here with photophobia and all of that. And I placed my hands on my face. Said, wherever you need healing, wherever you need deliverance from, just place your hands on, which I did. And immediately I opened my eyes and I started. And he told us to take a walk of faith, which I did for the first time. And I took a walk of faith. I went forward. I didn't feel any discomfort. There was no photophobia. I kept going and I sat right in front of one of the big screens there. I was looking at it like this with no pain, no photophobia, no irritation, no tearing, nothing except the fact that my vision was still low. And then I immediately ran out to give my testimony. And so during the nation's worship, because the photographer was not there, it's just my the blurriness and it was increasing. So a day to the nation's worship, yeah, during the commanding day again, I prayed and I told God that I want to go to this place and I want to come back with a testimony. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I want to come back with a testimony. And that night I had a prompting to do do the seed sowing, which I did. I went to church, I dropped my seed, and immediately I was going back home to and go to church. I mean, it's a distance, quite a distance from where I live and the glory dome. So I wanted to go there on time. So that max I'll be there by 6 o'clock and I will catch a good seat. My brother's call came in. And brothers went, do you know that, like I said before, my brother is into paint production. He owns a paint company, Mojo Paint. And so he said, do you know that I have a friend who is a physicist and who has an eye clinic, and he just recently opened a new branch at Tusi Al Aji, not far from our office, and we oversaw the interior of that particular building. And do you know that I just remembered last night that I have it was so funny. I speak that he just remembered that he has someone like that, and the person has not even completely paid him. He gave him an advance payment. If they are still working together, he has not moved past store. And here he is thinking of how to raise money with my sisters and all of that, and looking for a good clinic they can take me to. He spoke to his friends. He said I should come over. I should start coming. I told him I have to go to church. Oh. I cannot come to this place. That will be tomorrow. And he said, no problem. And I said, God is good, you guys. God is good. Like, my testimony happened immediately. I just said one thing. One thing this thing taught me was that we should stop asking God for we should stop asking God for a testimony. Just tell God, let your will be done. Because the kind of testimony I was expecting, the kind of testimony I was hoping to get was I would sleep and wake up to a very perfect vision. My eyes is okay, my sight is imperfect, my sight is perfect, my body is in perfect shape, my health, I'm doing okay. That's the kind of miracle I was expecting. Or I'm in church, they are praying and they tell me, you know how it happened now, how the lame will start working, the blind can see, the deaf can hear, the dumb can speak, and that's the kind of testimony I was hoping to get. But that night I decided to tell God, let your will be done. I don't know how you're going to do it, but do it your own way, do it the way to please you. And immediately that happened, I just knew that was my own testimony happening. And then I happily went home and I told my mom. And then I went to treatment and I danced like never before. And I went to the hospital. The doctor saw me and he said this thing. The person, did you say you've been cheating before? And he said, yes. He said your eye is in bad condition. It is terrible. Your cornea has terrible multiple ugly scars. And that's the reason why you cannot see. Because of the infection you had. I had an infection. That was what was happening to my face. So because of the infection you had that resulted to herpes, The infection resulted to and that resulted to herpes that affected your eye because you weren't properly managed, you didn't get adequate medical care. The thing now resulted to corneal ulcer, and now it has resulted to giving you multiple scars, the scars in your face. I don't know how it's going to happen. One thing I am sure of is the fact that your vision cannot go back to normal. And at this point, we won't try to cure you of whatever has happened. We're not trying to clear scars and all of that. What we are trying to do is to heal the wound in your eye, heal the ulcer, and ensure that it doesn't spread to the other because it's already doing that. So we're going to stop the spreading of and all of that. And the reason why it had access to that was because I can see that you've been taking medication in this eye. Why did you do that? And I told him the places I was treating, the medication they were giving me for this one was they were giving me here. So, I mean, and he said, no, that was the mistake. You have issues with this eye. Face this particular one. There was no need carrying the problem of this eye to this eye. If you get what I mean. There was no need doing that. It's just like it's just like it's just like you walking into the hospital and they say you are sick, and instead of giving you typhoid medicine, they did not run test on you, but they are giving you medicine for heart problem or people that have medicine for kidney and all of that when you do not have kidney issues. So that was what was happening to this. That was what was happening to this. So it stopped it. It stopped all of that, and yeah, I went through a lot that period. He said a lot to me, and it just all he did was just trying to prep me for what's about to happen and prep my mind so I won't expect it. Because all he said is, I don't want a situation where at the long run you now tell me, doctor, I still cannot send. I'm thinking, I just need you to know that you are not going to see, you're not going to go back to being normal. But all we are trying to do is ensure that the scars on or we heal the injury in your eye, we stop the ulcer from spreading, and your face will go back to normal. And yeah, for your eyes, we can only try 70%. Your vision will not go back to 100%, but we'll try our best to see how we can get to at least 70%. I cried and he consoled me. He said he lost to me that day. I cried. I was so bad. I went home and spoke to my mother and she said, do you not believe it? It's no miracle. And then I told him the hospital. He's praying. He said, hey, God, I fear for people that keep going to that hospital. Do you know that these people, there are people that they believe because they are old and they've been in the business, they know better. But they refuse to embrace change, they refuse to embrace technology, they refuse to embrace to agree that technology is evolving and so is everything in this world. So everything he did was try and error. Do you even have the medication? I said no, because the bottles they gave me at the time had no label. So I could not even tell what was happening. And he said, okay, do you even have do you even have receipts? Trust me now, I know the go hospital. Maybe they gave me receipts. I got home and I tore it after some days. I mean, what's the essence of it's in a hospital? Why do I need the receipt for? And he said, okay, you only have an hospital card, but you don't have a receipt that shows that you paid for medication. So you cannot fight it. Else, I would have said you should sue the hospital because they contributed to the damage in your eye. And luckily, I had just one this thing that I was taking when I got my search for it and I snapped the bottle I sent to it. I sent to the man. He said I should bring it on my next appointment because my appointment was every 2 days. It was that bad? So I went back there. I showed it to him. They ran tests to decide to do their thing and they realized that the thing he was giving me was water. I don't know if it was tap water or bottled water or whatever water, but it was water they put in that bottle and I was putting in my eye. I don't even know the condition of the water. I was just feeling it in my eye. And then he said, if you had if you had your receipts, you would have been able to sue these people, but there's no proof that you bought you patronize them, you can just go there, register, and leave. But there's no proof. So just pray, let God punish the man on his own. Let God punish him. And then I told him that he said that I'll be needing surgery. And he said, there's no way you'll be needing surgery. If at the time you went there, if you had come, you would have been able to salvage the situation. You wouldn't have developed all these scars. You wouldn't have developed cornea ulcer. Your eyes would have been better by now. But then again, we can't question God. Maybe this is all part of God's plan. So don't worry, you'll be fine. I was happy. It spoke to me and I left. I came back again after 2 days. There was huge improvement. And then after a month, I went back to the doctor. At this time, I had to ask him, I said, Doctor, how long will it take? How long will this procedure take? I need to know. I need to prepare my mind. So as you know, let me at least talk to my boss. Luckily, my then boss was so kind enough to give me a month break to take care of myself. And so I said that I needed to give to fill my post in so that even when I resume work, he said I can resume work. And I said, yes, I know. I can feel it. I know there's improvement. I can feel it. My body is lightweighted. My face feels okay. My eyes, if I don't tell you, you don't even know. I just need to know. And he said, okay, it depends on your body. Some people it takes at least, if your body responds swiftly to treatment, 6 months. But the average is 1 year, and for some people it's 1 year 6 months. For others, it takes up to 2 years. So let's just say how fast your body would respond to treatment, and it made sense to me at the time. And so after a month, I went back there. I kept following prayers. I kept following, and that period, for some reason, my name God just kept putting my name in the mouth of His prophets. He just kept mentioning my name. If it's not mentioning my name, he's mentioning my name initials. He's talking about my ailments and all of that. He's talking about healing. He's talking about this. He's talking about that. Talking about blood infection and all of that. And he just kept on praying and all of that. And I kept staying to his prayer. I kept connecting. I kept praying. I kept sowing seed. And so after a month, I went back there and he saw me. He looked at me, called some of his interns, and he checked me and he was like, hey, God, that he has never seen this thing in all his life as a doctor, medical doctor, as a physicist, an optician. He has never ever experienced this thing in his life. At the time I got there, when I did all of the eye tests, I could not see. I think my vision was, I don't know, very low. But when they did the test again for me, oh my God, said my vision, which was 360 over something, and it's that to get to that point, it's supposed to take at least 6 months for somebody to get to that point. For a situation, for a case as serious and as bad as my own, it's supposed to take at least 6 months, and it took me 1 month. He does not know what church do you attend, Juliana. I said, I don't know the God you serve, but you see that God, hold him very tight. You have to do a big Thanksgiving. You have to, because I cannot explain what's happening here. I did not even see someone that said that my vision cannot go back to 100%, can only promise me 70%. It said you're about like 50%. Your vision has gone to 50%, and this is just 1 month. Now imagine you're consistent, you follow up with the appointment, you eat healthy, you exercise regularly, you do all the necessary things, your immune system are intact. Imagine you do this thing, imagine what will happen to you in 6 months time. And he just said to me, don't ever complain. Don't Whenever I call him and I say, oh, I feel this, I feel like it's don't complain, Juliana. Come to the hospital. I'm going to check you, but don't complain. I just need you every time you want to complain, just remember the good thing God has done for you and say, God, thank you. Because even when I decided to treat you, I was scared. When I told you 70%, it was a lie. I'm not even sure I could get you to 80%. I just said that to comfort you. It was a lie. I was so scared. You needed to see the so I went to the hospital one other time. I saw two of his colleagues that came. He said, "Remember that my patient I told you about?" He said, "This is the girl." They looked at my file. They looked at me, and they said, "You are supposed to be a case study. I don't know what happened to you, but you're supposed to be a case study. God is good. The God you're serving is good." So that was how I ended up. My vision became okay. I was perfect. But like you said, your petition would have gotten to 50% or even 40%, or can get to, if you follow up your medication, eat healthy, exercise, and all of that. For you guys, guess what? After I said that, then my appointments at the time I had made my appointment had moved from every 2 days to every no my appointment started with every 2 days, things and went to every 4 days, and then it became every week, once in a week, and then it became twice a month. And when it became twice a month, I knew I was perfect. I'll go to the hospital and all of that. I could read. Literally, they'll give me a book, and I'll have my left eye covered, and I could read stuffs like this, tiny stuff. I could read with my right eye, something that I could not even read before. I can't even see something like this. I can see it though, but it will be blur. I have it here. I can see, but it will be blur. And now I can read things as little as this. It was good, and I was grateful to God. And so I just knew that I was okay. I was in perfect health. Then things started now. I started using it to play. My appointment is twice a month. I did once a month. And then I did once a month like 3 times. Then when it became once a month, I started doing once in 2 months and once in 3 months and all of that. So that was how the blurriness increased. Though the infection had gone, I am completely healed. The ulcer, I am healed from the ulcer and all of that. So that was why immediately the irritation on this eye persisted. I had to rush to the hospital because that was how this one started. I do not even want to hear stories like they shoot bird in mama fly. I had to rush back to the hospital, and God has been faithful. Maybe I'll just send. I have pictures that I took. Maybe if you people request to, if you maybe I'll show you people pictures of what I looked like. I was so ugly. I was bad. So even after everything, it took a while for my face to come back because I had bone on my face. This place looks like I, this place. I had burns on my face, my eye, this part of my eye down, like everything was. Oh, welcome back. So you're still here. So let me throw kisses back at you. So I had burns on my face and stuff, and God has been faithful through the help of skincare. I've been able to get my face to blend with my body, and yeah. If I don't even tell you, you're not even going to know. So this is my testimony. Now, what I want you people to know is, like I earlier mentioned, take your health seriously. Do not be like me. Do not ignore every sign you get. Do not ignore. Get used to know your body, understand your body. Somehow I do understand my body, but I ignore things. Now, like I said, I knew when it gave me sign, and like you said, if I had gone to the hospital, I've been able to avoid everything that happened. The reason why I'm saying this thing is you avoid future problems, you avoid wahala, health issues, something that you'd have been able to manage, you'd have been able to treat and rest, will now escalate to now become big issues and all of that. But if you attack this thing on time, you'll be able to avoid them. And then your finance will suffer. If you do not have savings, if you do not have backup plan, if you do not have people to help you, you're going to suffer because who is going to help you? We're not in a country where help can come randomly from the government. We're not in that kind of country. So help yourself, know your body, understand your body. Do not play with any time. Imagine I had saved up, I have savings that I kept for something. I used it for all of I Whenever I think of it, sometimes whenever I was telling a friend this story, and I became very teary because at this point, right now I am struggling. Every money I had that time, I worked hard. I saved up for something. I saved up for this year. I had something I wanted to do this year that I was saving up for. And if this had not happened, I would be a big girl by now. I suppose I even live on my own. I'm not even supposed to live. I'm not sure I want to. I mean, I'm not sure. I still live with my mom too, and it's not necessarily because I cannot stay alone. I cannot afford to live alone. But yeah, I'm just staying with my mom because my dad is late and everyone is out of the house, and I just don't want her to be alone for now. So and my mom will not really allow me live alone, so that's why. But then again, I had money, I had plans that, oh, by the end of this year I will do this, I will set up my business, I'm a fashion designer, I want to have, you guys, I had plans, I had goals for 2025, but all that money went down the drain. I'm grateful to God I had that opportunity. Now, I did not really disturb my siblings. I had siblings who were willing to help, and they did support me. Each time I was with my sister, everything they spent on me at the hospital, my sister and her husband did pay. My siblings were sending money once in a while to our account, just support. Now I have this support system. What about you? What about those people that do not have this support system? Now, if push comes to shove, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, it's got to a point where I have to do that surgery. At that point, I not like I did not have shishi. I have money. I cannot. I may not be able to afford, but at least I had money somewhere. I'd spent the money doing trial and error. I spent a lot of money doing this, buying drugs, buying that, doing a lot of things. Now I still have a little money that I can support with, and I know that my siblings. But let's assume that something happened and it became worse, and maybe they have to fly me abroad. If push comes to shove, they will sell a property. They will sell something and they will send me abroad to go and get whatever medication, whatever medical help I needed to get. What about those that do not have this privilege? What about those that do not have the opportunity? That is why I'm emphasizing on health. Prioritize your health. I am one that never took my health seriously. I did not prior to before then. I used to have um I had developed fibroid, and even at that time I still see it gave me signs. I did not take it seriously until I started bleeding. I still did not go to the hospital. It, my cousin told me, see, my cousin at the time I was with T, I left school, I went to T's place for the weekend, and then it was T. Literally, he held my hands like this, pushed me out of the house, said we're going to the hospital because it happened. I was bleeding. I would just stand up. I am all stained to the bed. And that day, his friend was around, so it was embarrassing somehow. And so he held my hand and dragged me to the hospital. And then I ran tests, and that was when I knew that I had fibroid. I was already, it was so bad, I can't even go to that stage. And then what they told me at the time, hi, welcome back, welcome back. So what they told me at the time was it was bad and I needed immediate surgery. It was bad. At the time I was preparing my finals was in 2 weeks. My finals was in 2 weeks. My sister's my sister's child was in 2 weeks and I needed immediate surgery. I had at least 2 weeks to plan for that. You guys, you don't even want to know. So if I had gone to the hospital when I started getting signs from it, it wouldn't have gotten so bad. I would have used herbs or medication to have cured it. But I waited. It, you guys, you don't even know. But just 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 know that every sign you get, every opportunity, go to the hospital as often as possible. Get tested, run tests, go do your anything at all. If you have a headache today, you have headache tomorrow. I learned it the hard way. Oh. Even though now I'm still struggling with it, I'm still struggling to keep up. But no, if I have a headache today, I'm not one to take. I like I mentioned, I'm not one to take medication all the time. But if I have headache today, I take medication. I have headache tomorrow, I take medication. I'm definitely not taking that medication tomorrow. I'm going to the hospital. I want to know why I'm having why I'm having headache for 3 times in a week. If my body is paining me today, my back is paining me, and oh, I'm stressed, my back is paining me, I need massage. I had someone massage my back because I really don't take painkillers. And then it happens tomorrow. Next tomorrow, I have doctors' numbers on. It was so bad. I had to start doing that. I'm having. What do you think? Do you think is I'm ChatGPT? They became my best friend. What is the ChatGPT? Ah, GTB, yeah, ChatGPT. It became my best friend. Before you know it, I'm there. Before you know it, I'm asking Google. Before you know it, if I I sneezed one time and I had to use I was down with cold, so I sneezed. Luckily, I was with my handkerchief, and immediately I sneezed. I had muco come out. Muco had blood. One was very big. That kata, it had one white stuff. I saw it on the handkerchief. Immediately, I took a picture. I went to Google. I took a picture of it and I snapped it. Aside the fact that I snapped it, I took a picture of it first. I sent it to one of my doctor friends. I went to Google. I took a picture of it and I needed to know what I had blood, muco, and what's that? On top 2 days cold. It was that bad because I know it will affect your finance if you do not have savings, if you do not have backup plans, if you do not have um support system, you are going to struggle. That's one thing you should know. You're going to struggle to affect your mental health. Just know that it will affect your mental health. You'll be this moment you're happy, it will affect you emotionally. This moment you're happy, next moment you're sad. Whenever you think, honestly, I wish I did take my health seriously because every time I used to hear people say, whenever I talk to my siblings, God bless my siblings for me, my sisters. Every time I tell them, see, I'm not fine again. I don't feel fine. What is this? Look at me. Look at my nose. And then when I go out, I meet people that I met few years ago and stuff, or people that have known me for a while. And what happened to you? What happened to your nose? Were you involved in an accident? Especially this one year. They'll be like, oh, you went to pierce nose, the thing did not work out, B is good for you, and all of that. And some people, you know how people can be when they ask questions. They ask the question not like questions, they are telling you they assumed this is what you did. Your boyfriend beat you. You have accident. Oh, what kind of accident? Did your boyfriend beat you? You went to do this your nose piercing. It did not. It failed, and all of those talks. I can't even. Whenever I go home, say, this thing. That was why when I had somebody tell me, Julie, you know fine again. You don't ugly. Julie, you don't ugly finish. You know fine like before. It got to me because every time when I went back, I looked at myself and I felt like the reason why I got that statement was this. And at the time, I still had bonds around my face. Yeah. So I just assumed that was it. You get? I just assumed that was it. To affect your finance, to affect your self esteem, it will affect you emotionally, it will affect you mentally. At some point, if you even somehow I became depressed. I stopped going out, I stopped talking to people. I was always on nose masks just to cover my face. I was always using veils to cover my face and all of that. And it took a lot. My siblings kept talking to me, you are fine, you're perfect. There was if how will somebody know what will happen? Plenty talk, plenty stories just keeps coming up and stuff. So that was what happened, honestly. So this is me really. If you're just joining, I feel like I've been talking for too long. But then again, if you're just joining me, welcome to this beautiful space. Sorry for that interruption, guys. So, like I was saying, yeah, a lot just happened. It took a lot. I started attending. I started talking to friends. I met I met someone, Ernest. Ernest, at the time Ernest met me, he just somehow made me really comfortable. He he never gave me room to be sad. You get, it's not like he's a very lively and bubbly person. You get, it's very quiet, he's so into himself, but he will tell me, truly, I see you as this person. Before now, I've always been looking at you from a distance, and I know this is the picture of, this is how I see you. This is that. Don't allow this thing get to better problem. You're beautiful. You're perfect. You're this, you're that. Where's the scar? Because I cannot see. This is not a scar. This is your miracle. This is your testimony, and that is what I call it. I don't call it a scar. I call it my miracle. I call it my testimony. I can't remember the last time I even wore makeup because of all this, because of my eyes. I was trying as much as possible to put my eyes through pressure and stuff. I just want to get comfortable in my own skin, and God has been faithful. I have gone through that journey myself and all of that. So, you guys, this is my story. Now, if you're just joining me, welcome to Court TV Nigeria, and I am Julie Fresh, your host, your very beautiful host. And yeah, please do also hit the subscribe button, turn your notification bell, share our link, comment, like this video. And yeah, if you're a returning subscriber who just joined us, welcome back. We miss you. And yeah, I just decided to tell you people about my journey, how I got this beautiful scar, and how I almost lost my eye. Yeah. So it was an infection that wasn't properly managed that resulted to me almost losing my eye, my vision. And yeah, like I said, it gave me signs that I ignored. So again, my advice for all of you is, especially for the women, not just for the women, for everybody in general, understand your body, prioritize your health. I am saying this again, prioritize your health. It will help you a great deal. You do not know. Prioritize your health. Understand your body. Do not ignore signs. And no matter how little, even if it's pain you're feeling here and it persists, please go to the hospital. Do not ignore signs. Um, do not ignore signs. Try as much as possible to avoid touching you. I'm doing it again. My hands are not even clean. Like I said, I'm just coming back from the hospital, and yeah, avoid touching your face unnecessarily. Avoid doing all of that. Um, try your best possible to always wipe. You see that thing we always do, scratch our eye and all of that. Try your possible. Try your best possible to use wipes to do that. Clean your face. Since this thing started, I've stopped using towels to clean my feet whenever I shower. I use wipes. If it's so bad, I'll just squeeze the water a bit and just tap my face. That's what I do. I use wipes and say I'm done and trash it. Do that to, this is not just for the women alone, even the men, you can get it too. Avoid all of those things. Stay healthy, prioritize your health. Do not ignore signs. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. Thank you. Just read there. Thank you. Drink a lot of water. And please, when you go to the hospital, it's not everything they tell you. I know the doctors are experts, but know your body, know some things. Get enlightened so that, because if I had not um if I wanted to do I trust my doctors, I would have taken injections for nothing. They had placed me on 3 days, 9 injections for 3 days. You guys, I would have taken 3 days, three the first day, three the second day, three the, they don't know what is wrong with me. They don't, even the hospital that even took samples from me. They knew that they know that they don't know what is happening to me. They know that this case is not for them. This particular one belongs to an eye clinic. So they took my samples and sent it to a lab. People can see they took my sample, sent it to a lab, an eye clinic to get it tested, and then they got it back. Do not get enlightened. Don't agree because your doctor, because you're familiar with the person and you trust the person, and the person tells you, if you are sick, go and do malaria and typhoid test. Let's start treating malaria. You won't go and do malaria and typhoid test and start treating. I would have been doing that until it get bad. I left, and honestly, I haven't spoken to them. And I haven't spoken to them. I haven't gone to the hospital. I don't even when I see them on the road, I don't talk to them because immediately I left, we have each other's contact. And once in a while, whenever I'm sick and I go to the hospital, they call me to check on me. I know it's now personal relationship. They call me to check on me. How are you? How are you doing? How is your health? Okay. Don't forget to you have medication to say you come to the hospital, come and pick it and stuff. But even when I can go there and I'm not with my card, I can only transfer and stuff. And pay me when you have another card. So immediately I left, I was expecting somebody to call me. Why did you leave? How are you doing? Have you gone to the hospital? All I needed for this man to tell me was, okay, we cannot handle your case, but this is what I think it is. I'm going to give you medication for this while I give you something, while I give you a reason to go to an eye clinic or somewhere to get tested. But he didn't do it. Now I went to this other hospital. The one I still did not trust, but I became relaxed, even though I knew that the way they are handling my case, I don't like it. The environment is not giving hospital. Everything is just I'm not comfortable here. I don't know why I'm just not comfortable here. But instead of me to just get used to this thing and all of that, instead of me to walk out, I decided to stay because it's an elderly man and I believe that because they've been not just I believe because they always say old um, medical personnel are experts and they are more experienced in the field and all of that. So I decided to entrust my life in the hands of an old person who doesn't believe in technology, who doesn't want to embrace change. I entrusted my health in the hands of that person, and this was very good to me. So know your body, get enlightened. And when you walk into a place and you know your instinct is telling you to leave, you're not comfortable with the people, you're not comfortable with how you're being attended to, you're not comfortable with the environment, please walk out. Your body is not a is not a thing for tests. You shouldn't give your body shouldn't give people opportunity to use your body to do trial and error because that was what I did. Did not do that. I learned these things the hard way, and I'm sharing it with you guys to also know. Do not do that. If you're not comfortable, you walk out. If they're giving you medications and you're not sure of it, walk out. I had medications that had no label, and I was taking them. Please don't even risk your life. Walk out. When you go to an hospital and you pay for treatment, every time you pay and they give you receipt, please, even when they don't give you receipt, request for receipt and keep it. You don't know when you need it. Now I am supposed to sue these people, but I cannot because what evidence do I have? The only evidence I have is the hospital card. And they can just tell we can go to the court and they'll say, yes, I came, I registered, but I did not patronize them. They did not treat me. And who is my sisters? They only sent money to my account. It's not like they sent the money to the account. The this thing, the only evidence I had was the transaction, my bank transaction, where the debits, my bank transaction of their account details. That's the only evidence I had. And at the time, I think I had mistakenly deleted it. If people said I won't put that would delete your transactions when you receive debit alert to delete, when you receive credit alert to delete. At the time, I was deleting messages from my phone because I needed it and I mistakenly deleted that one. So the only evidence I had that maybe could have made sense, I lost it. So it would have been better if I just trashed the receipts, but I thought it's for trashing it, and then once the things trashed the money, so I had no evidence, and now I can't sue these people. So please, this is not just about a medical situation. Every receipt matters. I didn't think I'm in this hospital now. What will I be needing hospital receipts for? Every receipt is important. Keep those receipts. They all matter. Now, that's my advice to everyone out there. Lastly, if you are going through any medical condition or not, just if you're going through one medical condition or the other, just know that you are not alone. God is with you, and you're going to overcome that stage of your life. Trust me. Just keep praying, keep believing, keep um, taking your medication, and see God um, work wonders for you. Because if He did it for me, He can do it for you, and He will do it again. So, to everyone that stayed with me till this time, thank you so much. I love you guys. I thank you for joining me. Thank you for hearing my story, my testimony. I hope it inspires people that are going through stuff. I hope it inspires those people that have gone through stuff and have one scar or the other, and you're also struggling with your self-esteem. Just come out. Look at me. I mean, come out. Know that you're not alone. You're beautiful just the way you are, and you don't have any scar. Um you don't have anything. What you have is your mark of victory, is your sign of victory, is a sign that you overcame what you were going through. So just know you're beautiful, and you're God's perfect creature, you're God's beloved. I mean, if God did not love you, why are you still alive? You're God's beloved, and that's why I gave you a second chance. You're God's beloved, that's why I gave you the mark of victory. That is one thing I say to myself. Do not forget to be affirmative. Always um always always tell yourself these things. You're bold, you're beautiful, you're God's beloved, you're God's perfect creation, and you were created out of God's image and likeness. And there is no other person like you. You are unique. You're capable of giving love, you're capable of receiving love, regardless of whatever you're going through. Always know that. And we're coming to the end of this video for today. So to our returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Please do well to share this video, like the video, comment, tell me if you have advices for me. And don't forget, you guys, I'm still waiting to see recommendations that what's it called? Why am I forgetting it to go? Recommendation for the supplements I requested for yesterday. To see your recommendation. I need the supplements. And do not forget, I didn't forget, like I said, I did not forget to blog. I did not forget to go live. I just, yeah, I just couldn't today. And I'll try my best to say how I can do that tomorrow. Yeah. So to our new subscribers, welcome to this space. This is Scott TV, and this space was created for you. Yeah, we talk about everything life, everything that has to do with life. So to you guys, remember uh I told you people yesterday that I have a huge announcement for you guys. We're cooking up something, and I cannot tell you today again. But if you really want to hear it, come tomorrow. Come to this space tomorrow, and I will tell you guys tomorrow about it. But until then, like I said, stay blessed, stay chilled, stay beautiful, stay bold, stay courageous, stay active, stay enlightened, stay healthy. Until then, see you in my next video. Bye bye.